Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibs7 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. In this video, we are going to be talking about the March month ahead. I am a bit behind on the videos here. Some of you might have seen, I posted in the community thing on my channel, which I'm not sure how that even really works or like how it gets pushed out to people, but for those of you who might not have seen it, I was trying to get my Hardcore Iron Man episode out before I left for the weekend. I was gone this weekend, and the editor crashed on me while it was rendering just about right before I was going to bed, and I had to leave in the morning, so I was unable to get that video out, although it is fully commentated. I just need to repiece together the clips, and I'll have that out at some point this week, but that's why we missed that. I was supposed to be back on Sunday night and was planning to make a video then in order to, go over this, basically the March month ahead, but I had my flight canceled on me, which was on Sunday morning, and it was delayed all the way until the next day, Monday morning. And then when we got to the airport on Monday morning, the flight got delayed for 6 fucking hours, and we were there from about 9:30 a.m. waiting until we took off finally at around 5 p.m. and I didn't get back to my apartment until like 9:30 with work the next day. I didn't really want to make a video, and that's where we are now. I'm on my lunch break from my first day back at work after what was probably one of the worst travel weekends I've had thus far. So my apologies for that, but nothing I could really do about it. We're going to be having this video today, and then I'll probably make a video tomorrow or maybe even later today on the update for this week, which I also haven't covered yet, and then the Hardcore Iron Man video will be out soon as well. So my apologies for that, but shit happens, life goes on. Let's continue with the video. So for the March month ahead, it is definitely a bit of a step down from the excitement of last month, although the ED3 plus quest in one could kind of be considered half and half. Like maybe you could consider the quest a part of March if you wanted. But first thing they have is the fire making and incense burners update, which I believe has been, I've heard of it before, and I know it's been discussed for a little bit now. Also, side note, I did get my comp back finally. I just finished the smithing, so we're back to the fire making for these update videos when there's no content to show, just talking about stuff. But they go over what's coming out is the fire making incense burners, which is basically like, they're kind of like potions, and they are a bunch of different effects. But when burnt, they last for 30 minutes and provide a variety of effects. The strength varies based on a couple different factors, but it sounds pretty cool. A lot of them, none of them really, or a bunch of them don't sound super useful, but some of them are definitely going to be a bit interesting, and overall it's going to be interesting to see how these all incorporate into people's daily gameplay and stuff like that. I'm not going to go through every single effect here. I'll probably do that on the actual day of the update. I'm not going to go over them all right now because I don't think that's really worth doing. So I'll definitely go over each and every single one of the effects when the update actually comes out. But overall, this update sounds pretty cool. Nice skilling update, and we'll probably have a bit more of a reason to use logs other than to just gain XP. And I think it also has to do with ashes. On top of that, there's some QL changes to fire making that are also going to be included, including changes to fire spirits, which is definitely, there's a couple different things that they're changing with those, as well as an additional function to firelighters, which will make you can strike them, which gives you a 5-minute boost that can be extended up to 60 minutes. And during the time you have that boost, you'll automatically collect fire spirits, which will be very, very nice. And also, Ring of Fire and Gloves of Fire will increase your chance of getting fire spirits. So yeah, so definitely some pretty cool changes and improvements to fire making coming soon. I'm looking forward to this update. I think they said it was March 18th, so that is 2 weeks away. But yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool one. Next up, we have the Bounty Hunter Reward Redistribution, which I am kind of looking forward to. I don't think I'm really going to engage with any of this content, but it's good to see they're getting rid of the garbage heavily botted system there is right now. And this is going to be next week's game update also. Mandarith is becoming a Slayer Master because Bounty Hunter is no longer around. He's going to be getting a new job, and that you're going to need to be level 85 Slayer to talk to Mandarith, and basically you need to have those bounty emblems on you while you do his Slayer tasks, and you'll upgrade them. And I'm pretty sure the reward shop and things like that are pretty similar, and that's going to be the main way of getting them. So yeah, it's going to be Wilderness Slayer, basically similar to 07, I guess, but with kind of like emblems from Bounty Hunter. I remember them talking about some of the numbers as how many tasks you need to upgrade an emblem, and it sounded like it was going to be a little crazily high. So hopefully they've reconsidered that, but I'm not sure if they have or not. There's definitely some different things that are also changing, though. They're not adding everything to the Wilderness or to his new shop. The Amulet of the Forsaken, which I don't even know what that does. I should probably figure that out. But that'll be a new thing from Barrows. A rune pouch will... I think it's just for the small rune pouch. No, it might be both. No, it is both. So you can get magical threads from rune crafting in the Abyss, and you can turn those into rune pouches. So I wonder, the rate must be not very high because you only need 30 for a small and 100 for a large. But that sounds pretty cool. Definitely a decent idea, and it'll hopefully make it a little bit faster to get rune pouches on like an Iron Man or something. Ogre flasks will be craftable, requiring 10 robust glass, but will also now hold 6 doses. I believe those let you bottle up one of the Uglog pool effects and use at your leisure, which could be useful, but they don't have the most, amazing effects. The Ancient Warrior equipment patches will now be on Revenant's drop tables, on Revenant Ghosts. I don't know why they call them Revenant Ghosts. I thought they were just called Revenants. But they'll now be on Revenant's drop tables and may also be dropped while on a Wilderness Slayer task. So for those of you who might be wondering, I will not be going back to Revenants on my hardcore Iron Man to try and get these patches. Definitely not going to happen. Not worth it at all. Also, the Revenant pets will be unlocked from a new drop from the Revenant Ghosts, and it unlocks the next tier of pet and gets progressively more rare each time you use one. However, I will be very, very surprised if this is added to the Chaos Elemental collection log, because the Chaos Elemental will not be dropping the Ancient Warrior patch nor the Revenant pet, and it technically is a collection log for that boss, so I shouldn't have to go back anywhere on my hardcore. And if I do, well, that is bullshit if you ask me. But anyways, NPCs in the Wilderness will also have a shared drop table for rare loot, and they don't really tell you what's on there, but yeah, and pretty much everything else that's not talked about there will still be in the reward shop for the emblems. So sounds pretty interesting. I'm definitely interested to see how many Slayer points he gives as well, just to kind of see if he's worth doing just for that reason. But overall, glad to see they finally have decided to make this change and are going forward with removing one of the more garbage aspects of PvP in the game, and we'll see how far they take it from there. Next up, we have PVM Revitalization, which I don't think PVM needs a revitalization, but based off that title, we'll see. This is the March 25th update, and it's going to be introducing a new Slayer resource dungeon that requires level 100 dungeoneering and is filled with abyssal demons and dark beasts, which kind of surprises me because I remember them mentioning they wanted to actually nerf abyssal demons in the past, but now they're actually giving you more options to kill them, so I guess they might have changed their stance on that. But they're also introducing practice modes for the raids, Liberation of Mazcab, which this sounds very nice, especially considering the fact that there was not even any practice mode available now, but they're even giving you a sneak peek at what could be coming to other bosses in the future in a phased practice mode. So you can practice Beastmaster Durzag straight up, Yakamaru straight up, and you can also practice Yakamaru starting from the Mirage phase, which I think is very useful because that is easily the most difficult part of the fight, as I'm sure you all know. So that sounds like it's going to be very nice, very useful for people who are learning. Also, they're making some changes to AOD, including, a bunch of things that I'll go over. I'll go over all these during when the update actually comes out, but this doesn't sound like a very big update at all, really, aside from the practice mode is pretty nice, although it would be nicer if it was coming phased practice mode for everything, but I would not go as far as to call this a PVM revitalization. That's a bit much, but that sounds like it's going to be pretty good. It's a nice little QOL week for a couple PVM things. Also, they're going to be taking the millions of transmog rings that you can get nowadays and consolidating them into an interface to prevent you from wasting your bank space. This is definitely something that needed to be addressed, and I'm glad that they've done that. And that is pretty much it for this month. So again, nothing too exciting. The fire making thing will be interesting to see if the effects actually have any really important benefits to PVM or skilling even. I haven't read through the full list, so we'll have to see when that comes out. And then the other weeks are pretty much kind of just patch weeks, although the Bounty Hunter redistribution is actually a big one as well. So 2 pretty decent updates, and then a couple of patch-ish weeks, one that's PVM focused, and the one that just came out, which I will discuss in a video either later today or tomorrow, although that does include the post-EPEAT event, which has been recycled for the 3rd time in, I believe, under a year, which is an impressive amount of recyclization even for Jagex. So they're doing really good keeping the earth green and not having to do any work in order to come up with these events. But anyways, I'm not going to go off on that here. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts on the upcoming updates for this month in the comments down below. I'm hoping next month we hear some sort of news about a new boss that's in the works. I don't expect there to be a new boss next month at all. I would just like to hear some news about maybe a new boss coming in June, July, sometime in that time frame. That would be pretty sweet. And I'm also hoping, I'm really hoping to hear the news of a new skill that's in the works at some point this year. Maybe not even till RuneFest, but that is just what I'm hoping for at some point. Anyways, thanks for checking out the video, guys. Again, sorry for the delays and everything. Garbage, traveling sucks, but thanks for your patience. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.